what I've got is I've got my first person character with my function character interact set up, which is part of the BP character interface. Okay. Now what I want to do is I want to output some values through this to my sphere. So I want my sphere to obtain some information from me, like a handshake. Okay. So in func car interact here, what I'm going to do is, firstly, I've got a BP sphere, and in my class settings I've added BP character interface, and then I've added this event car func interact. And now, okay, when this runs, when I interact with the sphere, the word hello will appear on the screen. So I'll just quickly show you that working. Hit play and run over to this sphere, and just hit it, and it says hello, okay, whenever I hit E. Now what I want to do is go to my BP character interface, click here, and I'm going to add a new input for this. And my new input is going to be handshake text. Okay, so this is just some text that I pass to this system. Now instead of a boolean, I'll make this text, and I want it to be callable in editor as well, so compile and save. Okay, so now I can close that down. Now, if I open up my BP sphere, my input here, my event func car interact, now contains handshake text. So what I can do is I can move my handshake text and put it in this string box here. Okay. Now I'll hit compile and save, and at the minute nothing will be going across there because there's no input text going into handshake text. But let's go to our first person character, and here is the input for our handshake text. So what I can do here is I could add, maybe under my character settings, I'll click plus variable, and I'm going to call this just handshake text. Okay, so I'm sending some handshake text to this. So I'll make this a text, I'm going to make it instance editable, compile and save, and handshake text goes in here. Hello viewer, by the way, I hope you're well. So I'll compile and save. So now I need to drag my handshake text onto my screen. So first I'll just attach it to this character settings, and then I'll drag it to here, get, and add it to there. Okay, so now handshake text is going into our func car interact. So now if I hit play, handshake text goes in here, so that's great, it's working. Now what about sending stuff back again the same way? Well, let's send some stuff to our first person character, so BP sphere, and we've done this, so print string, so I'm going to do a delay, and I'm just going to set my delay to be about 2 seconds. Okay, that gives us time to just register it, and then on completion we want to pass something back to my interface. So I'm going to go over to my character interface, and I'll give it a func test, there we go, and I'm going to add new, so func car return. Okay, and compile and save. So this is my simple return value. Now I'll go to my first person character, and under class settings I've already added my BP character interface. So what I can do now is just come down here in the event graph and right click and do func, and here we are, here's my event func car return. So it's returning a value from my sphere. I'm going to drag this out and type in text, not text, print, sorry. Okay, so print string. Now this can be anything that's been, calculated inside of the sphere, any information at all, but for the minute this will do. So compile and save, it's still working. Right, let's go into our BP sphere and make it give us some return text. So the duration's 2, completed, right, so we'll give it some handshake text. So func car return. So I want to call func car return. Okay, so this is our interface call. Let's see, event event character return, function character return. Compile, save. Now let's come over here and have a look at my BP sphere again. So that's coming in there from event func car interact. There's func car interact there. Call an editor. Go back to my first person character. Now I can see here func car interact. Target is BP character interface. So this one should also return to func car interact or whatever. Let's see. Func car. Well, there's our function, func car return message. So I can call the message from here. But I can't seem to call it from my BP sphere. Send AI message. Set suppress viewport transition. I wonder why it won't do that. Unless it can't do it as part of a loop, because it'll be looping back. In which case, maybe it needs to do it through a standard event. In which case, how would it do it? It'd be something to do with a flag. So let's do a tick. Tick. Okay, now when we get to the end of this delay, I'm going to set a Boolean flag, so variable, and let's put this just as WS flag. Okay, and compile it, and it's currently off. Right, so at the end of this, let's go to WS flag, set WS flag to on. Right, now event tick, so this is going to constantly check, so it's going to do a branch. And it's going to check to see if WS flag is set. So get WS flag. If WS flag is set, then it's going to reset it. So I'll grab it again and put set WS flag. So I'll set this to not true anymore. And let's see if I can call my function from this. Func. No, neither of these are the messages. Neither of these are sending a message. This could be because this isn't a pawn. Is it because this isn't a pawn? This looks like I might have an answer to it. No, there's someone else having an issue. See, I can get it to go one way and give a handshake one way, but I wanted to be able to send the data the other way. I mean, I could store the information, I suppose. Let's see. Doopy doop doopy doop doopy doop 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 doopy doop 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 destructible blah 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 blah. Not a very good way of learning anything. Bad luck. Okay, so we're setting the WS flag to not be, and now we've got a thing here where we can send some information. But why can't we send that information? Let's see. I do this a lot, by the way. You know, it was going fine, and then it didn't. Yeah, back in black, old son. Trying to make a character customer. Blah 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 blah. Well, I suppose I could cast back to. Yeah, I suppose the return could be a cast rather than an interface, so we're using two ways via cast and interface. So what I could do is I could cast to first person character object wildcard, so it's compile and save. The current value of object pin is invalid. Get a reference to self. First person character does not inherit from BP sphere. Cast a first person character. Get player character. There we are. So pass this or cast this to first person character. As first person character. Now in here, under my character settings, let's create a new variable, and we're going to call this new variable something like storage amount. No, we'll call this WS check because it's a checker. Compile and save, and we'll make another one called WS text, and that one will be actually text. Compile, save. And now if you go to BP sphere, cast a first person character as first person character, set WS under, there we are, set WS check. So we're going to tell it it's time to set your check on this, and we're also going to tell it set WS text. Okay, and the WS new text will be return handshake. So we're going to do a WS check, we're going to do a WS text on return the handshake, compile and save. Okay, now if I come back, make sure I've got my delay, because I don't think I have. Now it's trying to send this all the time, which I don't really want. I mean, I could just send it now back via this, so I don't need to set this WS flag at all. So it'll delay 2 seconds and then cast this back to the first person character. So this is our return mode. Compile and save. Now back as our first person character, rather than doing an event func return, what I can do is a quick tick, and I can do a branch. So WS check, there's my branch, and on true I'll do a print. And my string can be, oh yeah, and I better make these both publicly editable, so there we go, WS check and WS text. Go there, get WS text, and just feed it into that. Compile and save. So on event tick, if it's true, it's going to do that. And then it'll set WS check to, then it'll set WS check to false again. So we need to do that, otherwise it'll just do it forever. Compile, save. Right, let's see what happens. Okay. Oh, return handshake. Yes. We have a two-way interaction going on there, which is exactly what we wanted. Fantastic. Excellent stuff. Okay, so that was 15 minutes well spent. It's exactly past. I'm going to go and make my darling wife a nice cuppa. I wish you all in the chat very, very well, and I will see you soon. Where's the stop button? Oh, hang on. I can press the finishing button too, can't I?